Hey everyone, Kensurfs here, and it's time for another shave video. I'm actually going to do another, seems like I'm doing them a lot lately, but it's a side-by-side shave because I keep putting off this request, but more than one of you have asked. Before you guys go all negative, you've got to realize that there are some gents out there who cannot shave with a DE blade because they're taking blood thinners or they shave their head. And what they end up using is they end up using a cartridge razor to avoid cutting themselves. Because I can tell you, I cut my head before. I put a nail into it in the rafters, and that son of a gun bled like crazy. They say there's so many blood vessels around your head that it bleeds a lot more than the rest of your body. So I can understand that. So it's funny because I get critics who say, oh, those guys who shave their head. And I go, well, do you have hair? And then they say, well, yes, I do. And I go, then don't be critical of people who shave their head, dude. So some people use cartridge razors. There's no reason, though, that if you have to use a cartridge razor, that you can't use a vintage cartridge razor. But one guy asked me, how does the new Gillette SkinGuard compare to a vintage Gillette Atra, shave-wise? So I'm going to do a side-by-side today with one of the vintage Atra razors that I own and compare it to the Gillette SkinGuard. Never even opened it. I think this is like $9 or $10 or something. And we'll talk a little bit about this and how they get you. And I want to thank a friend of mine, Justin. He said, one of the viewers watched and he said, hey, my grandfather, I hope nothing happened to him. But he said, I found some of his blades and I can't use them. Can you use them? Then he sent me, look at that, classic Gillette Atra blades. So thank you, Justin, for sending these to me. And they're unopened, man. So I'm going to keep them. I kind of have it's not like a museum, but it's a cool display that I have. But I actually have Atra blades that are opened that I'm going to use in this Atra razor. So we'll talk a little bit about that. I'm going to be using Godrej. Now, I have the puck of this, and I have the tube here. I'm going to be using the tube today. It's a cool, smooth shave with a cool menthol aloe vera soothe skin. Somebody's been asking about the Godrej. Am I saying it right, guys? Godrej shave soap. And I'm going to try that today. I do a lot of brushes lately, but I've been sent one of them from, first of all, there's a lot of great brush handles and brushes that come from China. Almost all your knots come from China, the Badger, the Boar. But there's a lot of companies out there, Yaki, Frank Shaving, DSCosmetic. And DSCosmetic had sent me one of their new brushes, nice green handled brush to try out. And I have not tried this yet. So I'm trying to get to a lot of things that I have not tried, and that has been requested. All right. Now, Atras come in many shapes and forms. As you know, you can. I've got the black handle. There's the nice aluminum polished handle. There's the Atra 2 Plus handle, and you can find these on eBay relatively cheap. The blades you can get personable. You can go on Amazon and you can look up blades for Atra or Gillette Track 2, and they come in like 100 pack, and they're very reasonable. So for you gents who cannot use DE blades, I understand. So this shave is kind of for you. Or if you're one of the guys who do use DE blades, but you're sometimes in a hurry, and maybe you don't have a shaving mirror, you're in the shower and you want to rip through it, I would not recommend ripping through it with a DE razor. I wouldn't recommend that. You're going to cut yourself, and that's going to make for a whole bunch of trouble. But if you have a cartridge, why not use a classic? So we're going to do that today. All right. I can tell that this is going to be a pain in the ass to open, so I'm going to go grab some scissors. Hold that thought. All right. Figure I didn't want to use a knife on that. So this is the Gillette SkinGuard, and you're seeing it as I ordered this one online, but I do believe you can find them in your local stores. Haven't tried one before. I imagine it's like the Mach 1. And actually, I'm going to give this to my son, who if you've watched my channel, you know that he got a hold of the Mula R41 razor, put a feather blade in it on his way to an interview, and cut himself so bad he said he'll never use a DE. It's kind of funny. Oops. A DE razor again. Oh, one more thing. There we go. It's been on the mantle out in my living room. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep it there. All right. So, got that ready. All right. Gillette SkinGuard. So the gent who keeps asking me on this must use this a lot. And, we'll talk about it. They have some really cool Atra razors. You can find them in the pack. You can find them loose all day long, but if you find them in the packet, that's always kind of cool. So, Atra razor. There we go with the Atra Plus lube strip on there. All right, I'll put the other one away here. This is the other Atra. I have a lot of the vintage razors because, quite frankly, they're still available. And you can get the cartridges cheap. Right. So goody. Goody. Godrej. I'm going to put it in the Captain's Choice bowl. Got the copper bowl there. I'll put some in. Blue shave soap. Actually, I had some Dorco, I think, that comes out blue also, but then it of course, it turns white. Okay. Trying to get a lot of these shaves out of the way before the weekend. I brought you shaves from all over this country, from New Orleans, Monroe, Louisiana, Lafayette, San Antonio, Dallas, Waco, Austin, California, Nevada, Las Vegas, Arizona. Next week I'm going to take you to some place I haven't been since 2004. And I hope you're going to like it. It's going to be a travel shave. It's going to be a nice one. So I'm looking forward to this. So I will not be in the shave den next week. My son's holding down the fort here. Probably going to party with all his friends all day and night. He's taking the week off work just to hang out at the house. Wow, this is menthol for sure. Can feel it. All right. I will use the Atra on this side of my face. Actually, we'll use the SkinGuard on this side first. I'm going to wet it. Now, they know how you young guys, you know how they get you on this, right? They sell you this razor for like $9, $8 with one cartridge. It seems to be cutting it, but I can feel it cut a lot harder with a DE blade. Probably all these lube strips. But this is for somebody who has sensitive skin. Man, I'm almost having to push that. Well, they sell you the razor cheap. It's like HP sells you a printer cheap. Then they get you on the cartridges. And on, yeah, cartridges. Print cartridges. Well, having trouble there. Could it be plugging up? Look at that. It's all right. I'll remain objective. It's leaving the soap on. Oh well. Again, I'll remain objective. Let me try the other side. Vintage. Gillette also. See, I feel that just tearing down that hair. I haven't researched the SkinGuard, so maybe it's for people who have super, super sensitive skin, but I can tell you it didn't cut it on the first pass 100%. Now this gets under my nose very well. Notice the difference in the head under the nose. All right, I can feel it. You can feel it cutting really good. You should not have to make a second pass on any cartridge razor. That's why they have two blades, right? That was the gimmick. Hear that? See, that left like soap residue because it wasn't like getting to the cutting to the chase. All right. I'll do one more pass. Doesn't look like neither of the cartridge razors cut me, and that's what your goal is, right? If you're using one. I can tell you the comments. Gillette. But dude, vintage Gillette. Kind of a cool one. I think this is probably late 70s, early 80s. Now my go-to is the Sensor XL. The shave cream works good. You guys are right. Had one gent keep asking. I'm also ignoring you, and I don't mean to. The most successful video I have out there is for Nioxin shampoo and conditioner to stop thinning hair, stop you losing your hair. And I did that as kind of a favor to a friend of mine who actually had hair transplants because he was losing his hair. And he asked, well, I'll go into that in another video, but I've been ignoring, I'm pushing on this to get this thing down, but it's guarding the skin all right. Look how it's leaving the soap though. Oh well. Either all this hair is gone, but it's leaving the soap. Well, you're seeing it. I'll let you decide. And I've got all the soap on this side too. Soap in the ears. Right. Well, it met their goal. No cuts. And I understand you guys who have heart issues and you take blood thinners. I can understand why you don't want to get cut. All right, well, the SkinGuard must have left some kind of lubrication on there. Because I've rinsed off pretty good. There's nothing left on here. It's just the skin. There's some kind of... So that SkinGuard must be for you guys who have sensitive skin. And it works. It worked. Both seem okay. So, all right. Where are we? Which one are we going to use today? Since we're doing a vintage shave. Polo green. Oh, yeah, that's definitely, unless I just didn't get all the soap off. Wow. Well, there you have it. That was 2 Gillette cartridge razors. Looks like it's a fusion handle, but it's the SkinGuard. It's gotta be those strips that are kind of keeping the blade up off the skin to stop you from getting cut. But for me, I want to feel the blade just taking it down on one pass. But hey, they both worked. But these cartridges, I guarantee you, are going to be a lot less. Well, there you go. And I imagine when you're shaving your head, you can't really see. So you would want to be a little bit careful. But it seems like I might miss something with this. I don't know. All right. Well, they both did their job. They didn't cut me. I'm a little more happy with the Gillette Atra, though. But there you go. All right. Gents, ladies, I look forward to doing another video for you soon. I might get one more in before this weekend. My daughter's graduating. College is done. Another engineer in the family. And next week, I'm going to take you someplace cool. Super cool. I won't even give you a hint yet. All right, so we will talk to you real soon. DSCosmetic brush worked good. I haven't got the link to this brush to put in the video yet. And actually, DSCosmetic has got back to me. I think I'm down, you know, the Kensurfs that came from them, the limited edition. I think they're down to less than 8 left of each of those. And they said, well, what now? And I said, well, you know, limited edition means limited edition. Don't make any more of those. They're pretty good with that. And I said, but summer's coming. Maybe you can do a Kensurf summer brush. Not limited edition, just a summer 2019 brush. And they said, we're developing a new handle. This is what the handle looked like. And I said, well, if it's supposed to be like the summer in the ocean, maybe you can go with a kind of a blue and green, you know, aquamarine, you know, look kind of like makes you think of the beach. So they asked me about this handle. And I'm working with them. We'll see what becomes of that. Thanks, guys. Look forward to seeing you real soon. Hopefully I kept this under 20 minutes.